Hey everybody, how's it going? It's AgentNemitz. Welcome back today to another NBA 2K23 Next Gen tutorial video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to shoot. I know it seems very simple, but there's some complex things to it this year, and I want to go ahead and show you just all the information you need to know about it. So I'm going to be walking you through that as I green release it with Westbrook, because he's the best three-point shooter in the game. Come on. He's my favorite player, so I don't want any Westbrook comments in the description, all right? Or in the comments, not the description. But yeah, so I'm going to be going through and showing you how to do that today, so let's get right into it. First of all, I want to go to the settings to just kind of start at the basics. Now, I'm not covering like layups today, because that is a different thing in its entirety. If you want layups, floaters, Euro steps, all that stuff, let me know with a comment down below. I can definitely do those, but I'm talking about just like shooting, shot timing, jump shots, all that today. So if you go to the controls, which is options and then controls, the very first thing in the shooting category is shot timing. So initiate a jump shot with X or the right stick, and then release when the marker reaches the ideal point. Pretty fairly simple, right? And some people, just so you know, take the meter off. It does give you a slight boost, but you really do have to know the jump shots in order for that. The green window does get bigger, and you get a boost to your shots, but you have to know the jump shots, so you have to be very familiar with the game. I still play with the meter on just for the sake of it, and especially for tutorials like this. So there you go. You can use the X button or the right stick to shoot. Those are the two different ways to shoot. There is two different ways. Jump shots. It's the same thing pretty much. You press and hold and then release, or same thing with the right stick. From all over the court that works. Free throws are basically the same thing again. It's all about the timing. It's all about the timing, and it's different for every jump shot. You can make custom jump shots. You can change your shot meter, which I made a tutorial on. If you want to know how to change your shot meter, I'm not necessarily going over that in this video. But that is possible to change the shot meter, change your jump shots. In my career mode specifically, in my team mode, or in play now, which I'm in right now to show you this tutorial, it's whoever you're playing with. So if I'm using Russell Westbrook, I'm using the Russell Westbrook jump shot. LeBron James jump shot, so on and so forth. You get it, right? So how do you shoot though? Well, you push the button. You don't want to hold it till it's too long or till it's not enough to push it anymore, because then watch, I'll show you what happens when you hold it too long. You see that? You get a late release. Even though I was open, I had a late release because I did not time it well. And you're like, oh, okay. So, and you see I have the shot timing on. That is a setting you can turn on. It's in the coaching settings. Actually, it's in the controller settings, my bad. So you go to options, controller settings, and then down here you see shot meter is on. Shot timing is on for shots only. Shot timing. Oh, and there's all this with shot timing. You definitely want to put it to probably early, unless the only reason you would want it to be very early or very late is if you have really bad internet connection. But I have it on early. I heard that's the best. You can change the perfect release. I guess I'll go through it a little bit. You can change the animation on the perfect release. I prefer the flame. You can change the sound of. You can change the shot meter type. So right now I have the curved bar side, which is the biggest, and I would recommend. There's a miniature version of it. There's a straight bar, a comet, which is the default. Comet is default. Tusk. There's lots of different options. And then player indicator, there's all this stuff. So you can adjust that and make it to where you can see the shot timing after you shoot a shot. So now I went through what happens if you just hold the button down. What happens if you release early, right? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and release early. You'll see I had another, it's a red release for early timing again, and I had a late release for very late timing before. So you want to not get that. Ideally you want to stay in the slightly early to slightly late, which will be a yellow release in that shot timing window, which they'll probably get. You'll see. Oh no, he had a green release, so that's something else we'll cover in a minute. But if you get a slightly early, slightly late, you'll have a yellow release, which is actually a pretty decent release. It's a good release. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot with Westbrook because he's open, and I got a green release. So since I got a green release, I'll go ahead and cover it now. A green release is a perfect release. You get a green release, that means that you shot the shot to perfection. And it's going to go in 100% of the time, unless, there's a big unless you get blocked. Ooh, he stepped back. That was nice. Unless you get blocked, a green release will not go in. But if you get a green release, it is guaranteed to go in unless you get blocked, like I said. So that is a very handy thing to know, and very important, because you can even green release layups. You can green release alley-oop dunks. You see they didn't give me a shot timing on that one because I don't have shot timing on for layups and stuff like that yet. But you can turn on shot timing for layups if you want. I should try and get fouled so I can show you free throw. It's the exact same except you're shooting free throws. And there's separate free throw animations and free throw shots than normal jump shots, just so you know. It's a different shot in its entirety. So that is something you want to know for my career or anything else like that. It's a totally different shot than your normal jump shot. But so there's the 5 different types of releases. There's excellent, which is a perfect green release. There's very early, slightly early, so I guess there's 7, and then slightly late, and very late. But then there's also the coverage type. So if you are covered, they'll give you a percentage for how much you are covered. Let's see what this gives. So I was open there, but if you are covered, they'll give you a percentage for how much you're covered. I'll go ahead and try and bait someone to shoot and then cover them at the last second so we can see. Okay, what's Trae Young going to be covered? He was wide open, apparently. I don't think so. Frank Kaminsky's absolutely bodying me. I had a terrible release on that because he had a really slow jump shot. So let's go ahead and take a jump shot with Anthony Davis, who's going to have a different release again. But it's all about the timing. I would recommend, when shooting, to release early. Earlier than you think. If you are very unfamiliar with 2K, release earlier than you think. It's going to be an earlier release than you think. Especially when you have someone like a Steph Curry. When you have Steph Curry, or people who have fast jump shots, you gotta release that thing so early. It's basically like pushing the button than compared to holding it. Now, there is pushing the X button, or there is shooting with the left stick. I mainly just shoot with the left stick, or with the X button, unless I want to do a specialty shot, because you can bank it off the glass by pushing up on the left stick. Ooh, get that out of here. But yeah, so like if I wanted to shoot a bank shot, let me come in over here. If I wanted to shoot a bank shot, I could push up on the jump shot thing. I couldn't tell if it banked or not, but usually in previous 2Ks that was a bank shot. Instead of pulling down on the right stick, you would push up on the right stick, and that is a bank shot. And I was in a prime location to do a bank shot. It made sense where I was doing it. I'm going to leave Anthony Davis open. That's a mistake as I green release it. So then badges and attributes play a lot into that. As you can see, I have a special thing on in the upper corner in the play now. So I can see the grades, not necessarily the ratings. Obviously, Trae Young, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, they're going to be really good shooters. But look, see Patrick Beverley, he has a B inside, a B 3-point, and an F for his mid-range. So he's not good at mid-range shooting. This guy's not good at shooting necessarily either. You know who is decent at shooting, though, is Anthony Davis for a big man. Especially from mid-range. He's decent. I'm going to try and shoot a post fade. Ooh, I didn't get a good release on that. But, yeah. So, there's lots of different ways to shoot with the button, the X button, or the stick. There's lots of different releases, and there's lots of different like jump shots you can take. You can take moving jump shots, which are gonna go in a less percentage of time. I'm just gonna be honest. If you are moving and then just happen to go into a jump shot, like watch, I'll do it right now. If I'm moving and then go into a shot, the release is gonna be different, and the degree of difficulty of the shot increases dramatically. And unless you have like badges or something to negate that a little bit, which there's not something that's gonna negate it totally, that shot's not going in. So don't take moving shots. Don't take fading shots either. Fading shots are very hard to shoot. Like if I go ahead and shoot a fader, yeah, even though I was wide open and I timed it really well, ooh, they got team takeover, it did not go in because that is a difficult shot. There's again, like Steph Curry would be the only one I would say to shoot movers and stuff like that. Stuff like those step back shots, those harder shots. Do not shoot those at anyone besides like Steph Curry. Like they're not gonna make it. I'm just gonna be straight up with you right now. So I hope I described it the best that I did describe it the best I could. I hope you understood as far as what I was trying to convey with the whole jump shot tutorial, and I hope I hopefully made it clear for you if you're searching for this, like how to shoot jump shots. I hope I like gave you an understanding as far as how to do those things. So if that did make sense to you, if I did a good job on the tutorial, make sure you leave a like, everybody. I really would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new or haven't subbed already. I mean, I pump out tutorials all the time, so you'll definitely want to subscribe for tutorials. I got lots more on the way. I make my career videos as well. Check out my other channels, which are linked in the description and on my channel as always. And I really appreciate you guys checking out the video today. Again, I hope this helped you. If it did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye.